it felt both exhilarating and also solemn. Barack Obama, our president-elect, came into the room and got right to business. There wasn't much small talk. It was clear that he wanted to hit the ground running on January 20th and wanted the best advice he could possibly get.
Yeah, he's not a small talk type guy. I mean, can you tell me at all the questions that maybe he asked you directly, or some interesting questions that were posed at the table? Can you give me any type of insight that would make me, a tax-paying citizen, maybe a little more comfortable right now?
Well, you should be very comfortable. I mean, look, we've hired, as it were, a president who is on top of his game. He understands already much of what he will need to understand, but he wanted to get an updated version of where the economy was. And the meeting was primarily for the purpose of diagnosis. He asked, what is the labor situation? What's happening on Main Street? What do we know the latest on what's happening in the financial markets? What can you tell me, and what can you tell the Vice President-elect, Joe Biden was also there, that will help guide our staffs who are also doing the transition? This group that he put together on Friday will be kind of a sounding board. This group will be reported to by the staff that he has put together to manage the specifics of the economic transition. Very, very able group of people.
All right, then let's do this. Okay, you can't tell me exact specifics, so I'm going to pretend like I'm the president, and that's laughable right there. But I'm going to look at you, my advisor, and I'm going to say, okay, Robert Reich, how much money do I have to spend to keep this economy on track? We've already put out $700 billion in a bailout package. Tell me now how much more I'm going to need to spend.
Well, Kira, I'm happy to share with you my personal views.
Tell me your personal views.
But my personal view is just one view among many. I mean, my personal view is that, look, the economy looks like it's in a huge downdraft right now. This is not a depression, but it's not just a typical recession either. We are heading toward maybe next year 8 or 9% unemployment. And if you consider all the people who are underemployed, it could be 11 or 12%. I would say a major stimulus bill. I mean, we've got to have infrastructure. We've got to repair roads and bridges and levees. We've got to have public transportation. As quickly as possible, we've got to get people into jobs. As quickly as possible, we've got to get the economy moving again. I don't think I'm alone in that particular recommendation, but that's certainly what I would say if you were president and you asked me.
Don't know. Well, that would be an interesting time. I think I'm scaring all my producers right now. All right, let me ask you another question then. If I were president, I looked at you and I said, okay, what sort of spending will have the most impact on jobs and income, something that is completely on the hearts and minds of Americans right now?
Well, Kira, that's actually a very good question. There is a lot of debate generally among economists and policy advisors on that question. Some people say the biggest multiplier in terms of getting a lot of jobs is infrastructure spending. Again, roads, bridges, levees, making sure that our whole system, our electrical system is up and running, our electrical grid is better. Now, others say, now wait a minute, that's going to take too much time to get that actually up and going. That kind of infrastructure spending takes at least 18 months, possibly 2 years. By that time, a lot of people are unemployed. What can we do even more quickly? And the first group of people will say back, and I'm not mimicking what happened at that meeting on Friday. We didn't get into this. But in terms of the general debate, the people who talk about infrastructure, and I am one of them, say that there are a lot of things that we can do very, very quickly. There are a lot of projects that are on the boards, that are on the shelf, that need to be done. There are a lot of roads and a lot of bridges and a lot of rapid transit and a lot of energy projects that are ready to go. Get them going. And they have a tremendous job multiplier. Barack Obama also wants to provide a middle-class tax cut. That will be helpful. It may not create that many jobs because, after all, when people have more money in their pockets, the chances are they're going to pay off their debts, or they're going to buy products, and maybe products from China or from other countries rather than from the United States. But nevertheless, that will help.